3 charges of rape by instrumentation, and you'll have to use your imagination about what that means, but yeah, it is literal. 1 count of sexual battery, 1 count of forcible oral sodomy, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and 1 count of domestic assault and battery. And while there were even more and way bigger charges that the state likely could have thrown at this kid, like attempted murder, the 2 alleged victims and their families had every reason to believe that the wheels of justice were hard at work on this case, both for them and for the accused, Jesse Mack Butler. And before I tell you what ended up happening, let me tell you why he faced those specific charges, what he actually did to those 2 girls. You should know that these details are extremely graphic. They are despicable, but they are critical to this story, especially when you find out how the judge came down in this case. So fair warning, trigger warning, what I'm about to list out for you is very uncomfortable to say and to hear. A police affidavit says a girl who's identified only as LS because she's a minor dated Jesse Butler for about 3 months, starting in January of last year. She was 16 at the time. And during that time, the victim said Butler repeatedly raped and attempted to rape her and would strangle her if she refused. The teenage girl needed surgery to repair the damage done to her neck by the strangulation. And her doctor told her that she would have died had that strangulation lasted another 30 seconds. The girl said that she gave in to Jesse Mack Butler because he threatened to kill her and he threatened to kill her family if she didn't give in. A separate affidavit says in March of last year, Butler took up with another 16-year-old girl identified only as KS. And that relationship lasted 6 months, but this teenager also said that Butler was aggressive and violent with her and says she went along with all the unwanted sex to avoid being hurt further. This victim also said that one time when she did refuse, Butler strangled her too. But get this, he recorded himself strangling her until she passed out. And lest you think this might be just a he said, she said, police later found that video on Jesse Mack Butler's phone. So that's what we call evidence. Jesse Butler pleaded not guilty to everything, as was his right off the bat. But in the coming months, for reasons that I will not pretend tonight to understand, the DA's office struck a deal with Butler's lawyers to change his status from adult to youthful offender. The victim's families begged the DA, please do not do that. Please, no. But in July, a judge decided to sign off on this. And in August, Jesse Mack Butler changed his plea from not guilty to no contest, meaning he knew there was ample evidence to convict him. And you should know that a conviction is the result of a no contest plea, right? That's what you get, convicted. By the way, I mentioned there were 10 counts before, but by August, there was 1 more. So the grand tally now stood at 11. The new count was for violating a protective order, which, oh my God, facing 10 felony counts and violating a protective order should have been a hell of a red flag for anybody, somebody. But the very same day that happened, Butler was sentenced to 78 years in prison, which sounds like a fitting punishment for somebody who nearly kills 2 teenage girls and rapes them repeatedly with all sorts of things. But as a youthful offender, Jesse Mack Butler was also entitled to special treatment, like a rehabilitation plan, which was drawn up by the Oklahoma Office of Juvenile Affairs. And that plan was presented to the court last week. This new punishment called for daily check-ins, weekly counseling, a curfew, no social media, and 150 hours of community service. Bam! They really brought down the hammer, huh? 150! Oh, that's like 3 weeks if you work really hard.
streets of Stillwater, Oklahoma never sleep. Whispers in the hallways, truth in the streets. We are still standing through the pain. Can't hide the stories anymore. They are spreading throughout the nation. Rock Chalk family will bring it all to the front. This is our people. This is our land. We don't care where you came from. This is where we stand. If you ain't from here, you should still understand. This is all our country, all our land. We're gonna stand up for ours. You better believe it. Today is the day we guarantee it. We can't turn around and walk away. We can't let our Smith and Wesson do the speaking. We have been pushed on the edge. We aim for the head. All we see is red. We are seeing the devil at a glance. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We are not going to allow you to mess with ours. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We are coming in, not backing down. We have brought our friends to watch it all go down. We are the Rock Chalk family. These are all our children. This is our family. This is what we pray for. We know God's plan. This is who we are, standing up for ours. So welcome to Oklahoma.
Yet, now we have another case that's come loose. We're going to cover it too. It's just unfolding.
Sallisaw mother is looking for answers after she says her 11-year-old son was sexually assaulted by his classmates at school. The woman asked us to only use her middle name and hide her face in an effort to protect her son's identity.
She spoke to News on 6's Sam Carrico about how her son's doing and what she wants to see happen next.
It was one of the most gut-wrenching moments of Beth's life.
Overwhelmed, stressed, upset, disappointed, sick to my stomach, really.
On Tuesday afternoon, she got a phone call from the principal at Eastside Elementary telling her there had been an incident on the playground involving her son.
I called my mom and I'm like, I'm about to have a panic attack. I don't know what's happened.
After racing to the school from work, she couldn't believe what she heard. Beth says she was told her son was the victim of an assault involving other students.
My mind is just blown. Like, how can this be happening?
Beth says she's since transferred her kids to a different school system because she says she no longer feels safe with them at Sallisaw. In a statement, Superintendent Steve Barrett said the district can't release any information since the active investigation involves minors.
It's hard to navigate because, I really don't know what to say or, how do I make it right?
Beth says she's doing her best to help her son.
He's not really talked a lot, and I don't want to push him to talk a lot because I'm sure it was such a traumatic event. He did tell me he doesn't understand how this could happen from people who were his friends.
Beth says she wants the students responsible to be held accountable, whether that be a long-term suspension or expulsion. Sallisaau's superintendent says any decisions about long-term suspensions will be made after the investigation is complete. For Beth, she wants to send a message that this kind of violence won't be tolerated.
That's not boys being boys. That's not playing. That's, if they were playing, that's taking it too far, and too far is too far.
In Sallisaau, Sam Carrico, Oklahoma's Own News.
All right, join us at 7 o'clock tonight, and we'll go over both of these. Much love.
Well, her name's Rock Chalk. She's the talk of the town. With a German Shepherd duo always sniffing around. Smith and Wesson by her side, they ain't just for show. They're the muscle when she's hustling, solving crime on the go. She's got her boots in the dirt, she's cracking the case. A true crime queen with a smirk on her face. Loves her country rap bumping, got that twang in that beat. You mess around with her, you're in for a treat. Oh, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got a badge and a sassy attitude to boot. Kicks down doors like she's in hot pursuit. Smith and Wesson bark, don't you dare run. She's the queen of the scene, yeah, she gets it done. Country rap on the radio, she's cruising the street. From the city to the sticks, she's the one to meet. Her motto's real simple, don't try no bluff. Mess around all you want, but you'll find out quick enough. Whoa, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the scene. F-A-F-O is her motto, and she's living the dream. Rock Chalk out. Hey! She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the